Hello everybody, my name is Sallice, and I will be going over a Mage, Warlock, and Paladin 3v3 combination with you for today. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is the strength of this combination. The strengths consist of the burst potential Mages and Warlocks have with their Chaos Wave or Chaos Bolt combined with a Mage's Frost Bomb and Frost Firebolt combo, because each class is really capable of soloing any opponent in a defreeze, especially if the opponent doesn't have any cooldowns readily available to use at that moment. And the other main strength is the ridiculous amount of crowd control and peeling your teammates are capable of doing, especially because of this crowd control that doesn't DR with each other. So with enemies sitting an 8-second fear into an 8-second poly into a 5-second Hajj, things can get really shaky for the opponents, and with that much CC being pumped into one person, something can definitely go down. The next thing I'll cover are about the weaknesses this team may possess. The main thing you'll need to worry about are casters that make swaps onto Holy Paladin, mainly from Frost Mages that are easily capable of soloing a Pally within a defreeze without much effort at all. I'll be going over ways how to counter this problem in this overview, but that is one major thing that you'll need to watch out for while playing with this comp. The next weakness with this comp is that it can be cooldown reliant, with both casters needing to connect very readily onto enemy teams simultaneously, because with a Paladin healer, he'll be needing to stay back more of the games and can't always assist on kill targets, especially if you're facing another Wizard Cleave. And the last weakness that I see with this team is that it can have trouble versus a mirror with a Wrestle Shaman healer instead of a Holy Pally, since a Shaman can help lock down enemy wizards much better than the Holy Paladin could. But as always, you can overcome this by practice and coordination with your teammates. Alright, so let's get into our first clip. Alright, so in this first clip we're going to be going against a Shadowblade combo with a Holy Paladin healer, and their objective is really going to be to kill onto me because I'm the Holy Paladin and I'm definitely going to be their easiest target to go for. So you'll see the Mage comes out of Invis and puts a defreeze onto me, and he already has the Frozen Orb onto me as well. That means he's going to have a lot of procs, a lot of damage, so I'm going to see this coming, and luckily for me they do overlap their silence a little bit. So while I'm silenced, I'm going to go ahead and Battlemaster and Health Stealth there, just to make sure I get topped off, because since I can't cast anything anyways, I probably would have died if I didn't do that. I go and Trigger the Fear, and I'm going to pop Ore Master to reduce a little bit more damage and also get some casts off. But sadly the other Paladin came up to me, gave me a Hajj, and since I'm actually already low and the Mage is actually coming towards me, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and bubble this off and try to top myself off with a Guardian as well to help assist with the healing. The Priest actually already did MD off my bubble pretty quickly, but I'm able to get some distance, and with our team putting out some counter pressure, they aren't really able to swap onto me very easily. They do put me into ring, but the Paladin couldn't keep up with the healing onto their Mage, so he has to go ahead and block. The best thing for you to do at this point in the game right now is really just to let your teammates know that you are out of these cooldowns, and you need to really make sure that you aren't an easy swap target. So as you can see, I'm just going to be popping out just to heal just a little bit, get them out of CC a little bit, but main thing is to stay out of LOS, which is line of sight from the other enemy wizards, and make sure that you can't really get swapped onto. This is going to be going back and forth a little bit because we need to try to build up some kind of pressure, try to pop some cooldowns out of them. And the main thing, really, just like I said before, just keep your distance away from them and don't make it easy for them to get a kill onto you. The Priest comes over here. I know he's going to try to get a fear onto me, so I just went ahead and Hajjed him, but around the pillar the Mage does come back towards me, he gets a freeze onto me, and with both my enemies onto me right here, my teammates know I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble right here. I go and pop my wings and my trinket pretty early here, and I know that I have nothing really up defensively, and I know I'm in a little bit of trouble here, so I let my teammates know. The best thing to do in the situation is to really stop the Mage from doing what he wants to, because the reason why is a Mage himself can solo you easily. The Shadow Priest himself, not as much, so definitely he's the best target to peel. So you get polys onto him, CCs onto him, and just make sure he stays away from you. I end up just Hajjing the Paladin here just to stop some casts for him, and then I try to get away, but the Mage actually casts me in a ring into a deep combo, so I just go and Trinket Battle Masters early, because we do know the Priest is out of his cooldowns and his PvP Trinket, so we're going to go for the kill there. So once we get past that, I'm going to definitely try to get some distance away from them, because I don't want to make it easy for them to swap back onto me again, since I'm out of my defensives once again. So as you can see, we're line up some CCs onto the Paladin here, and we know that we're going to go for the kill onto the Priest, especially since he actually just uses Invis there, so we know that he really can't get out of anything. The Priest tries to cast his Vampiric Touch on me, but he gets locked out on his Shadow, so he can't even fade now anyways. And we know this, so we really just pump everything into him, get the kill, and as you can see, with the kill onto him, and that's how we move on. So now we'll move on and watch the clip in real time with our Skype in it as well.
Do you want to start Pally while I stop their opener?
Sure, I guess we'll just do that. And this. I'm gonna push up on the Paladin here soon. So does the Paladin. You trinket it. I'm blanking in Mage.
Feared full.
Long Mage.
Alright.
Yes. That's it, Mage. Hard as shit.
Yeah.
Casting on me. Or Priest. Yeah.
Bring Priest.
Casting
on Mage.
Yeah. Long Pally. Right now. Oh yeah, sack up.
Bring Pally. I'm fine. Just make sure you stay defensive. Bring Shaman. I'm Spelllock.
Blinking Pally. Okay. Yeah, run.
Alright. I'm gonna fear Priest again.
Pally Priest.
I'm using my self heals. Just keep running.
Long Priest again. Do you have counter? Just counter the what per counter on the
I'm feared. Or I'm gonna get feared. I'm gonna fear Mage. Mage is feared.
Alright, nice. Just save counter for the Frost Bomb, okay? And let's hit the Priest.
Alright.
I like the King.
Pally doesn't have a trinket, does he?
I'm pulling Pally. No, he doesn't.
Bring everybody.
Priest good.
Feared everybody. Casting on Priest. I bubbled. Bring Mage. Mage is feared.
Bring Mage.
I got Frostbomb on me. Blinking Mage, casting on Mage. Big cast.
Hitting him.
Oh.
Shit. I like Pally.
Alright, I'm fearing Priest.
Mage might die here. No.
I need to fear Pally full here, but he's playing so I can fear him right now. I'm fearing him.
Let's go Pally, yeah?
Yeah, go Pally. Casting on. I can blanket here in a second. You got life swap.
Oh, he life swap.
Your Mage, I mean.
Mage here, right now.
Alright. They're trying to go in Sallice. Just try to run it.
Oh, let's go Priest. I got next Frost Bomb, okay? I'm Pally.
I'm fearing Mage.
I got next Frost Bomb.
Priest.
Yeah, I'm blanketing.
I'm feared full. Feared full. Oh no, Sallice is in trouble.
Sallice is in big trouble. I'm blanking the Mage so he can't deep. Pulling Mage after.
Blinking shot Priest.
Pulling Mage one more time. Deeping Priest.
Trying to stop as much as I can. Fearing him. He's on DR.
Alright, nice. We're good. That's it, Mage hard.
Alright. Priest has no disperse too.
Okay. Mage
Priest left your eye. Okay, I'm casting on Mage.
Okay. Pulling Paladin.
I'm gonna blink Priest.
We can hit Priest.
Can you rebuff? I'm fearing Mage here.
Hit Priest now.
I'm trying.
Okay, I got one more Pally. Can you Pally the Paladin? Or fear?
I can fear Pally in a second.
We can kill Priest if you can.
Just spell wrestling me. Okay, I'm fearing Priest. Pally's feared full. Okay. Casting on Priest.
Pally Mage. This is it, right here.
Bring Pally again.
This is it.
Alright, good job.
Good shit, dude.
So let's have a quick overview facing wizards. First off, keep your distance and keep away from their line of sight as best as you can so you can't be swapped on too easily. Next, use any cooldowns appropriate to what the enemies are using. So if Frozen or Frostbomb and Deep Freeze is used on you, you probably want to trinket out of that. If your Sallice is still taking heavy damage, use your Battle Masters and or your Health Stone. And lastly, communicate and coordinate crowd control on the enemy and tell each other what the enemy cooldowns are left so that you can line up your kills later on. So in this next clip, we'll be facing off against a Warrior, Shadow Priest, and Rest of Shaman. Against this comp, we're going to be mainly focusing our damage onto the Warrior and looking for swaps onto the Rest of Shaman. Any type of variant of Warrior plus Rest of Shaman plus Caster, we're going to go with this strategy, and also mainly just look into just controlling the enemy caster. So at this point in the match, we're making a swap onto the Rest of Shaman and trying to make some cooldowns pop. but we're actually a little bit unsuccessful in that. And this is where the priest actually gets a fear onto me, and this is where they're actually going to be setting up on our mage and trying to pop cooldowns back from us. But at the same time, we're still trying to provide counter pressure because we're going back on the warrior and going to see if we can get a kill here. I let my mage know that I popped guardian and that he doesn't need to worry too much right now, and I have him pretty topped off, except for the fact that when I get silenced, they dip him pretty low because they pop their reckless avatar, everything like that. They get his ice block there pretty quickly, and I'm having to need to bubble out of this fear because I really want to keep him out of the execute range so they don't get into Shadow Word Death, anything like that, and just finishing off our mage. So at this point in the match, we know that the enemy cooldowns have faded, and we're not really worried about anyone dying anymore at this point. But I actually got a little worried from our warlock being feared there because he could be feared too far away from a port, so that's why I dispelled him as soon as possible. And that way he can port out from that swap and not really take any unnecessary damage. But honestly, since the comp that we're facing against, there's always going to be something that's going to be low and something that's always going to be taking a lot of damage because they do have a warrior on the team. And it's always very scary when you're facing against them, especially when they're popped their recklessness, avatar, everything like that. So there's always something that you're always going to be worried about. I did pop wings there to try to make sure that my teammates were topped off, but since that fear from the priest got onto me, I'm actually going to lose about half my duration of my burst healing there, so it is definitely something that I will need to recover from, but my teammates do a very nice job of avoiding the damage and controlling the enemy DPS there, so they don't take any unnecessary damage from there. So at this point in the match, you can see the warrior swapping back to our mage, and this is where we decide that we're actually going to bring him out of line of sight from the healer and behind this pillar. So we bait him back a little bit as the mage just pulls back, and we decide we're going to burst together once I go and fist him here. So as I fist him, the warlock already has Chaos Bolt charging up, the mage already popped his trinkets, and we get him to about half right there. As I got feared here, we're still going to go for the burst, and the warlock charges up another Chaos Bolt and tries to go for a kill here as well. But as you can see, the warrior pops up a reflect right at the last second, then it gets reflected back to the warlock, and then he gets feared here, which I decided that I'm just going to go ahead and bop him here because we have the offensive pressure and I don't want him to sit in that full duration fear and we lose our momentum right there. And then from here, we're just making sure everyone's just topped off, and as you see the shaman's coming towards me, I just decide I don't want to sit next to him without a Fist of Justice up, so I go into the swap pillars so he can't get me in any immediate control, like any capacitor stuns or any hexes or any shears, so I'm just going to stay away from him for now since we do have some good pressure. We decided that we want to go for a swap onto the rest of Shaman here, and if they actually told me just a second later I would have done a Hajj on the warrior, but I went ahead and just used on the priest. And so with that, we try to time Aura Mastery with their burst here, but the warrior does a good job actually of shockwaving both of our casters on that, so the Aura Mastery kind of got wasted there. But at this point, we're still going to go try and make the swap work, so our burst still comes out, but luckily for him, he actually gets behind the pillar and we're not able to really connect with him anymore. And also luckily for me, my warlock actually feared the warrior right when he charged, so he wasn't able to connect with me very well. And the Shadow Priest alone still got me down to about 35-40% by myself, so I just go ahead and down a Master and Hellstone right there, so they decided not to really go on to me anymore. But since the warrior already actually popped his DPS cooldowns, he's just pumping tons and tons of damage into our warlock here. And as I get feared here, this is where they decide that they want to go back onto our mage and try to get a kill on him here. So I'm letting him know I'm still feared and I can trink if I need to. Everyone said, it'll be fine, but mage just keeps down really low. I decided I'm just going to go and trinket out of that fear because with the priest on the other team, they're definitely going to get that block off immediately and go for that kill on him. Actually, luckily for us there though, since they were going for the kill there, the warrior on that team actually uses PvP trinket to get out of a deep freeze. So that's definitely going to help us in sending it for a kill later on here. So knowing that, we're going to try to get a kill on this warrior here, so we decided that I'm going to go and Hajj him and we're going to try to do some bursts onto him. So I'm getting ready to Hajj, our mage is trying to polymorph, but actually he actually gets reflected on that, and we're not able to really get anything out of this attempted burst onto the warrior here. He does dip a little bit just because the warlock was on him, but it doesn't really work out. So our mage actually decided he wanted to go onto that shaman there, and since the burst wasn't really coordinated just yet, our Warlock isn't able to really assist too well because he actually gets behind LOS before our Warlock actually gets his Chaos Ball cast off. So someone survives that. So we're just going to go and try to bring it back here and see if we can set up another kill in just a second. So since we're swapping off the Shaman here, we're just going to go back on this Warrior. So Mage tries to bring him back and tries to bait him in behind this pillar, and luckily he gets his ring off and the Warrior just kind of hops into it and actually just got run there. So he's going to set up his Trinket with his Frost Bomb damage combo, and while that's happening, our Warlock finally gets right there right at the same time, and they're able to try to get some damage onto him. I go ahead and just hammer onto the Priest there so he's not able to assist with any shields or any extra healing, and the Warrior pretty much gets defrozen. The Shaman gets fear at the same time. So since the Warrior's Trinket's already down, he can't really do any reflex or anything like that, and that's how we get the kill right there.
I got ring.
You have hammer up?
I have ring.
I have hammer up now. I have hammer up now.
Ready? You wanna go Shaman?
I gotta use him. I gotta use him. Priest is coming towards me. Priest Trinketed.
Hey, hitting him hard. He's deep.
Yeah, casting on Priest. No, Shaman.
Yeah.
You got sacked, by the way. Sifr.
Alright, nice.
I'm gonna hit you here. That's full. It's full. Careful.
Bring Priest.
Let's go war. Let's go back war.
Yeah, go away.
I got Guardian up. You should be okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna fear Shaman.
I got Blake of Silence.
Hopping everything on Warrior right now.
One more second of silence.
MG.
Oh, yo, I'm fucked.
Got you.
I'm just sitting in a hex, dude. I have all my cooldowns up.
Get you.
Casting on Shaman.
Get in your fear.
I'm
I'm gonna SMP.
Casting on Shaman. Oh, I stopped it.
Hitting Khryl.
Teleporting.
I have no one
Warrior.
blocks. We have to hit Warrior hard, I think. We can't let this.
Alright, casting on Warrior.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get fear on me.
I am fine.
Where you're at.
2 more seconds.
Yeah.
Stun.
I'm cutting. Let's hit
Shaman
Let's hit Khryl.
He's going for a hex here.
Yeah.
Howling. He's howled. Full hex. Tremor.
Yeah.
Getting hex. He hex me.
Getting in one
Sack
sec.
right now. I'm just gonna hodge this Warrior back here. I feel like.
Alright, do it.
Do it. I'll cast on him.
Don't touch.
Alright. Casting on him now. Big cast.
I'm gonna side feed fear. It's really DR.
Bring Priest. Feared
Yeah,
fall.
well.
Feared fall.
I'll buck you out of that.
The Warrior. Warrior zerked out of it.
Okay.
Look at silence for a sec.
Howling used it. I have a full fear on Shaman here soon.
Yeah.
Like really soon.
Getting there now.
Can we set up on Shaman here?
Yeah, we can.
He's feared full.
I'm gonna hush Priest. I'm gonna hush Priest.
Can you hard work?
No, I used
Hot
Priest.
Warrior, go Shaman. Hot Warrior, we can go Shaman.
I already used it. I can use Ore Master.
Alright. Or now.
It's up.
Okay, I'm stunned. Oh, he stunned the War Mastery.
I'm switching pillars. I'm lecturing in front of you guys, kind of like where they started.
Let's go back
That's
forward.
fine.
Yeah.
Discharge. We're
Swap
trying
me,
to go Sallice.
swap me.
Yeah.
I hustle there.
Point more.
Alright.
Wait a minute. Punch down.
He hexed you.
Yeah.
Bring Warrior now.
Yeah.
I'm hustling
Something
closer.
to heal.
I'm gonna get feared. Fuck. It's full. I can trick it though if I need to.
Casting on Warrior.
Cold summon.
You have a block?
Block.
Bring Shaman.
I trinketed by the way. That's my trinket.
Alright.
I have a full fear on Shaman here in a second.
We're trying to swap.
Warrior has no trick.
Yep.
Yeah. Warrior for half.
I blocked that.
Let's hit war. He's back here.
I'm gonna fear Shaman. Drink Shaman. Do you have a deep ram? Oh,
I
you have fear word.
Soon.
Give me freedom.
Do you have a hammer for
Yeah, I have a
Warrior?
hammer. You want it?
I'm probably. Give me and then do it.
Alright, I just.
Let's go Sham.
Alright, I have cooldowns up here.
You're deeping.
You're trying to get fear on me.
Oh, dude, he KLS'd me. Casting on Priest, I guess.
Yeah, let's go Priest. I'm pulling back.
I just blew all my cooldowns I just wasted. Bring Vilefic full. He's full feared.
I'm trying
How
to
the fuck does he always have a Tremor?
Pulling lyrics back here.
I'm full stun. Or
He's
hexed, I mean,
I'm gonna hit lyrics back here.
I need to get. I'm seeing hex, dude.
Just gonna hustle this person.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting in the sun.
Bring Shaman. Shaman's
I
feared.
got fear full. Be careful. You know.
Oh, nice.
Be careful still.
You saw it.
I'm still fear.
No, too left. I'm hell stunning.
Alright, so that will conclude our Mage, Warlock, and Paladin tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching, and you can always leave your comments and questions down below, and I will answer them as best as I can, as early as I can. Thanks again, guys. Take care.